Alright, I'm firing up Mortal Kombat from 2011, aka Mortal Kombat 9. The new Mortal Kombat actually comes out next week. Today's September the 6th of 2023. And I probably shouldn't even be firing this up. But I'll be comparing the new game to it too much. But I did play it this weekend. One of my friends came up. We always play fighting games. Street Fighter and Soul Calibur and all that stuff, Tekken Tag, and we fired this up. It's been a long time, honestly, a little too long, considering how much I love the game, but it definitely had been a while, so I wanted to play a little bit more of it, and I'll probably pick a few different characters. We'll just start off with Mileena. And then my favorite character in this game for sure is Kitana. We'll rock her MK3 costume. I'm just gonna put it on medium. Not trying to go experts. It's been a little while. I'm a little rusty, so Kitana's about the only one that I say her and Scorpion I can jump back in and just do combos, but yeah. Anyway, we'll give it a go.
Let us dance.
Definitely a cool game, man. My favorite for sure of the newer games.
Round one, fight.
Like MK1 and MK2, like honestly MK1 is gonna be like my favorite ever. But love MK2. I think MK2's got the best cast, best new characters. I prefer it in like 2-player mode. MK1, I love playing single player, but anyway, besides those two games, man, for sure, this game right here, so fun. That was intense. I just love how it's got all the characters from MK1, 2, and 3, and then they added Quan Chi from MK4. And then we've got remakes of so many of the stages from the original game. Or the original 3, I should say. It's just so cool, man. Get this combo going. Still remember it. That's the kind of stuff I won't forget. Now, some of the fatalities, man, I remember some of them, but it's not like the old games, like MK1, 2, I'm never gonna forget those. Killer Instincts, never gonna forget those. I remember a lot of the ones from 3 and 4, but once you get into these games, it's a little different, because I wasn't, 12, 13, whatever, so it's not like permanently in my brain. Great remake. Just gruesome.
Kitana.
Man, that's great.
Fatality.
The Deadpool has been remade a few times, It's obviously originates in MK2, and then it was in Mortal Kombat Deception as one of the chess combat stages. You can knock them off into the acid on that one. It's in this one, obviously. It was in 11 as well. But yeah, there we go. The remake of the original stage, man. The courtyard. I actually just rewatched Enter the Dragon a couple days ago. Been a long time. My friend had never seen it. I was telling him that's where a lot of the stuff from Mortal Kombat even comes from. It's Bruce Lee movie from 1973. If you haven't seen it, I mean, you might watch it and be like, "Hey, it's cheesy," but I mean, remember when it came out? But it definitely did have a big influence. Movies like that, and obviously Bloodsport. But yeah. Try to throw some other stuff in the mix. I don't want to do the exact same combos all the time. This game gave you so much freedom for coming up with your own combos, though. That's one of the things I really loved about it. And you could get to similar damage like through a ton of different paths. The one thing though is I always just did the combos that I came up with. And surely other people did the same combos, but I'm just saying I didn't use combos that I, you know, looked up on other people's videos or anything like that. Even if they were better, it just I don't know. I just prefer coming up with my own stuff. It's kind of like with music. I don't like playing cover songs. I just like, you know, coming up with my own stuff. You know, whether it's good or it's not or whatever. It just feels better to do. Play my own music, do my own combos. So that's just me. Yeah. Guess we'll do one of Kitana's fatalities. Both of hers are pretty cool.
Kitana wins.
No, I always hated how much fatality time they gave you, though. It was kind of kind of ridiculous, man. But hopefully the new one, you don't have as much time. If it's anything like the beta definitely has shorter fatality time than like MK9, X, and 11. Hopefully it stays like that.
This will be easy.
Love Jade. I really liked her in this game, and also I was trying to do a Kitana combo right there. I really liked her in 11. It kind of helped. I played, so with MK11, I played the, was it a beta or whatever? I don't remember. I don't remember if it was an open beta, closed beta, pre-order, whatever it was, but it had, what was it, Scorpion, Baraka, and Scarlet. And then they had a second one where you played as them, and also you could play Cabal and Jade. And so the first beta test, right, I played Scorpion mostly. And then the second one, I pretty much stuck with Jade. So that's kind of why I enjoyed playing as those characters. But I only really played like 3 people in that game, to be honest. It was a fun game, you know, but I did hate the I did hate grinding for brutalities and then not having them unlocked for both players. I thought that was one of the worst. It's one thing to have to grind for that stuff, but when I go into versus mode and then it's like I'm playing local versus with a couple of friends and we're trading controllers and it's like, oh well, brutalities are locked now because I'm on player 2. Hated that. I just feel like it should have shared unlocks between profiles, but that's another another topic. But it was still fun. Definitely had some things I didn't like as much about it, but yeah, this one for sure, man. This is a great stage. I need to get Mileena in the mix to throw a fatality in here. She's always snacking on people. Yummy. See what wipes blood down her sides?
Fatality.
They had a lot of detail going on in here. Oh yeah, I forgot. Man, there's so many stages in here. I love it. Kind of forgot about this one. And they took a lot of the stages that I didn't like the pit on. Like MK3, I didn't like the pit on this stage. It looked kind of silly to me. But in this one, it's really cool. Same with the subway. I don't like the subway fatality in MK3, but in this game, man, it's so cool. It was actually pretty cool in Armageddon too. I mean, you know, it's just the train comes by and just flattens them out, but it's really cool in that game. But this one, yeah, that subway fatality is great. Hopefully I get that stage. And then they added the a pit on the Living Forest, which was great too. There's actually, now that I think about it, man, there's a lot of pit fatalities in this game. So we've got the pit, the Deadpool, the Nether Realm, Living Forest. I just named another one. The subway, the bridge. You know, the one where the car drives wide, runs him over. What else? Don't think they didn't do. They didn't. Like the bell tower doesn't have a pit. So they didn't do every stage that already had a pit. But, and the combat tomb's not even in here. The second level from MK2 where you knock them into the ceiling. And you can't knock them, like there's no pit on Goro's stage either. Which there wasn't in the original, but in MK4 remake there was spikes on the ceiling. Can't do everything, but man, the amount of content in this game is great. Absolutely love that. Then of course, yeah, they had DLC stuff, extra characters. I've got the complete edition as well. I've actually got, I'm dumb, dude. I've got like 4 copies of this game. I've got this one, which is the original, which I like playing more. Then I've got complete edition, because this is on the 360, but I've got, let's see if we can hit him with this. Nope. Let's do the pit on here. Hopefully. God. Man. Yeah, so I've got the original game. Then I've got, which really I should have 2. I bought 2. Look, I bought the collector's edition. There's the subway right there. So I bought the one that came with the arcade stick. Really cool arcade stick, man. Beautiful. But I bought one. I'm trying to remember. I bought it from different places because there were different classic costumes. So one of them was Reptile and one was classic Sub-Zero, I think. Anyway, so I had 2 of those, but whenever I got a PS3, I got the complete edition on there, so I've got Kratos and everything, and then I found a complete edition. It was a Platinum Hits version, but I don't like having like greatest hits copies of games, and then I found like an original. Anyway, I'm stupid, dude. When it comes to MK, I've got so many like copies of the same game over and over again. But, you know, that's why they call you a fan. Because you get dumb. You get real dumb. You buy a bunch of statues you don't need. You buy like 14 copies of the exact same game. You know, is it being a fanatic or being a moron? I'm not sure, but I like the stuff, so. I love you know, I should talk about the tag mode just in general, man. I love this stuff. I love tag mode in fighting games. I love like the original Tekken Tag and Tag 2. We never had tag in Soul Calibur, which sucks. But everybody gets rid of this stuff. Like even Dead or Alive. Dead or Alive introduced tag mode in DOA 2. I mean, that was back in the Dreamcast days. And whenever Dead or Alive 6 came out, they were like, nah, let's not do tag anymore. I don't know if they'll ever do another Tekken Tag, considering Tag 2 didn't do well, even though that's possibly my favorite Tekken. Like I say, I don't get into the tournament stuff, right? So if you're telling me a game's not good because of the balance, like that doesn't really affect me. I play the computer and I play friends, so. But yeah, I have so much fun in Tekken Tag 2. So many characters and just the fact that yeah, you got tag mode. But one of the cool things is if you play a 2v2 and each character has a different blood color, Like you see Cyber Sub-Zero here has got the blue. Then if we had, say, Reptiles green, we got Noob Saibot with black. It's just kind of cool. Like there's no question of whose blood is what. There are like 4 different colors all over the stage. It's fun. Alright, so a little bit of autopilot here. Try to get back into it a little bit. Definitely got to play some Scorpion though, man. I love him. But I don't know. I might roll through the whole thing as these two. I really like a lot of characters in here. I know it's down, down, down. Oh my god! I was gonna say I know it's down, down, down X, but I don't want to mess it up. And I press forward, down, down A, and it didn't come out. I'm gonna splice that in right here. Alright, so I should have edited in that fatality because I wanted to show it. Man. Yeah, for some reason the Mileena one that I do, it's down, down, down 1. But a lot of times I'll just get the low jab. So that's why I went back to Kitana. I was like, oh, won't mess this one up. I messed it up. Forward, down, down A, didn't work. This is another great remake, man. So, the thing about the music with the remakes is early on, at least according to what's in the game, it's, you know, you can go to the crypt or the whatever it's called in here, I can't remember. They talk about how early on they were doing like kind of one-to-one remakes of the music. So the Living Forest, it's like just, you know, a new instruments and everything, but it's like beat for beat the music from MK2, right? Deadpool, same thing. Subway, same. And then at some point they kind of thought, hey, we don't necessarily have to do this like exact remake. We can kind of reimagine it. So maybe it's similar or maybe it's completely different, but so this is one that's definitely different than the music that you have in MK3, but it's really cool. You know, I was just remembering something I need to do. It's supposed to be a tag out, not a yeah. Catch it. Oh, missed it. I love the lighting in this stage, man. It's so good, you know. This is something that I think about too. I just got a PS5 like a month ago, honestly. There really hasn't been anything I've wanted for it that was exclusive, you know, except Mortal Kombat's coming out. So I was like, all right, whatever. I could get it on PC, but I like having my own physical copies of games and all that. So I'm getting beat up here. I'm trying not to block. Ruined the surprise here, but I was trying to do a babality, and I waited way too long to try and do it. So that's why I'm getting I was getting beat up there. I gotta make sure Kitana's alive because I don't remember how to do it with Mileena. So. I haven't done any X-rays, have I? I need to get on that too. There we go. There's my 360 struggling to load. I love the babalities in this, dude. They're so funny because they really catered each of them to some characteristic of the character that just makes them so much better. Like they were cool in, you know, MK2, definitely like this new thing. And then MK3, it was kind of the same. But this one, they really made them cool. Glad we got the other Kitana costume. I like her MK9 costume. And there's another stage that's been remade 100 times. They all look good though, to be honest. Oh boy. Yeah, I'll try to remember to do an X-ray. I really like the X-rays in this one. They were, right, this is the first game that had them. But the thing that was cool about them is they didn't linger on too long. Maybe it seemed like it at the time, but when you go back to this, right, getting used to MKX or MK11 especially, you go back to this stuff, it's like you're even wondering, like, was that even a super? You know, because it's like 2 hits. Some of them are 3 hits, but they don't disrupt the fight too much. You know, like I didn't really like the ones in MKX, to be honest. They were all kind of a little samey. Most of the hits were to the face or the back. And they kind of went on too long. This one, they would hit people in different places, like you know, the legs, the shins, hit them in the crotch, stab them in the eyes, pretty much everywhere. I'm trying to remember, I think somebody also breaks the elbow. Whereas MKX, unless I'm remembering wrong, most of it was like skull, 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 back, skull, ribs, skull, skull. I don't really remember, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't really remember like ones to the legs or knees or hands or anything like that. But I didn't play MKX nearly as much. So. And then MK11, I really liked the sequences. They really look cool, but they're so drawn out. It kind of kills the flow of the fight. Man, he just it's like a whole sequence, you know, just a whole movie. Let me tag out. Oh, let's see if we can. I don't know that we'll win, but we'll see if we can. Oh, that was bad. Just down one. Down one. Yes. All right. 4 down, down A. It worked that time.
Kitana wins.
Another great remake. Although I will say I'm still the biggest fan of the original Mortal Kombat Pit. And the reason is not only did you just do an uppercut, but the character just lands wherever they actually land. So if I was on the far left side, so if I did that in the original Mortal Kombat, I would land down there by the skeleton that had the sword. If I did it near the center, right, you'd have all the heads down there. So it felt very organic. Whereas that pit, it doesn't matter where on the pit you are, they always land that same way in that same spot. So yeah, I think it'd be cool just to have a little bit more variety with that. Minor thing, but another great remake of a great stage. I mean, the pit's always going to be the most iconic from the original, but for me, I think the throne room was probably the second. I love that stage. I love the music. It's creepy having Shang Tsung in the chair there watching you. Very cool. There's also another thing I've kind of hinted at it a few times in a couple of videos with MK1. I still need to show it, but It's something I noticed years after the game was out. And it's that there's actually, and I don't know if it's just a glitch, it seems like it might be, but there's actually two versions of the throne room in the original MK. So in one of them, there will be paintings on the wall, and one of them, the paintings will be missing. But it's not just that. There's also, if you look out the window that's, I think, to the right of the throne, you'll see a building in the background. I didn't notice that for, I'm talking like, I'm trying to remember when the first time I noticed it, like 10 years ago or something. I mean, the game had been out forever. I never noticed there was a little building out in the background. Well, when the paintings are missing, that background detail is also missing. So I don't know if it's just like a glitch with the layering, right? But the cool thing I thought about was like, you know, wouldn't it be cool if there actually were two different throne rooms, and that, right, Shang Tsung being a shapeshifter, right, he has his decoy. Like, this is all just fan theory and making up stuff, but it was cool, you know? It was like this idea that Shang Tsung's a shapeshifter, so he could have his decoy in a fake throne room in case somebody tried to assassinate him, right? And then of course Shang Tsung could then look like the decoy, and then people think that's just what Shang Tsung looks like. The other crazy thing about it is, at least in version 4.0, which is what I play on my arcade, like the last revision was 5, but the that's okay. I'm gonna try not to block, and we'll see if we can do a babality on Shang Tsung. The other thing is that on version 4.0, if that quote glitch happens and there's no painting and no background elements, you skip Goro's lair and you go back to the courtyard. So yeah, anytime I play that, I know if we're gonna go to Goro's lair or if we're not, just based on that visual cue. So that like furthered the idea of like, oh man, you know, one's right above Goro's lair and then the fake one isn't, that kind of stuff. Let's see if we can get this X-ray. Of course I missed it. Of course. Now the cool thing in this game was that, right, in order to do a babality you can't block, but you can press block. You can't actually block an attack. So it allows you to do X-rays and enhanced moves, which was really cool. Because I hated that in, like, just say MK3 where you can't press block. Well, you then can't do like Sub-Zero slide because you use block to do that, or Sonya's leg grab or something. So come on now. Oh boy. Got him. I wish he would have still been Shang Tsung. That one's funny. Where he's got his little teddy bear and he steals its soul. So, we made it to Kentaro. He's an adorable little kitty. He's one of the few redesigns I didn't really like. He looks a little too cute. I think Goro looks good. Kentaro just looks a little too cute. But if we don't block on round 2, it'll automatically go into a babality. So hopefully we can do that because his is pretty adorable. We'll see. I really need Kitana in there, man. Oh boy. Oh boy. Toasty? We never get Toasty. It's very rare in this game. And then there was that, there was that thing that people didn't know about forever, man. I've never done it, the Toasty boost. If you've never heard of that, look that up. So there's some, I forget what the button combinations are. I don't know if they're character specific or what, but like if Toasty pops up, there's a way to input something, and I forget what it does. It like gives you like quicker recovery or something. Anyway, it allows you to actually make your combo go on longer. Never done it, but that was something that was unknown for, I feel like it was years. All right, just remember, don't block. Don't block. Oh boy, messed that up. Come on, Kitana. Oh boy, you took all of her health. Oh boy. Come on now. Should automatically go into it. There it goes. It's all based on if you do a Babality on Shang Tsung. Yeah, you do a Babality on Shang Tsung, and then as long as you don't block on the final round, it automatically... Because, I mean, normally you can't do finish moves on sub-boss. And then there's Shao Kahn. Sweet. Man, this is fun playing back through this. Tons of fun. Oh yeah, it reminds me of something I started to talk about before, talking about PlayStation 5. The thing I was going to say is, like, how good these games still look. Like, I know there's going to be people... There's always those people who, you know, nothing impresses them or whatever. If it's not the latest, greatest, you know, 16K, 4,000 frames a second kind of stuff, like, you know what I mean? They're going to turn their nose up at it. But I'm like, this stuff still looks fine, you know? From 12 years ago. Yeah, it's cool, man. Oh boy. Oh, don't hit me with that. I'm gonna try at some point to do an X-ray. I still haven't done one. I don't use them much. I usually end up using the meter more for enhanced moves, especially for Kitana. So that's why I don't have a lot of meter. Oh yeah, that's right. So if you're Kitana, then Kitana's not one of the prisoners. It's Tanya. The Tanya that was in Mortal Kombat Deception. I love that look that she had in that game. He thinks it's funny. Oh. Get whooped by your daughters, bro. Oh, that hurt. Nope. Yeah. Alright, if I can build some more meter. I gotta remember not to burn it up. Yeah, probably won't get to that X-ray, but that's okay. Unless I lose this round, which is very possible. That was supposed to be into the air fan. Oh well. Hit him with that side. Boom. Alright, whatever. We got him. Yeah, that was fun, dude. It's a long playthrough in tag. I love it.
Mileena killed the Emperor in a fit of deranged fury, but she was unaware that her victory resulted from Shang Tsung's designs. He had imbued Mileena with the ability to drain Shao Kahn's dark magic, rendering him vulnerable. Now Shang Tsung was ready to execute the next phase of his plan, murder Mileena, and take Shao Kahn's power for himself.
Oh yeah?
But Mileena instinctively wielded her new dark power against the sorcerer.
Take that, buddy.
Shang Tsung's end came quickly. Mileena absorbed his soul, multiplying her strength. She then set out to claim an even bigger prize, the soul of a thunder god.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's what happened. And I kind of forgot that I picked Mileena first. Like, it should have been obvious, right? But normally I pick Kitana first, and then I have my backup character. So, yeah, I was expecting it to go into Kitana's ending. So that was cool because I haven't seen Mileena's ending in a long time. Anyway, cool deal. I might do some more playthroughs. I'm not sure. But, yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. See you next time.